I'm just gonna say this on a side note. I don't know if other people go through this with making videos. I'm gonna pierce the veil a little bit. Every time I try to make an informational video, something always happens. I always start getting really bad acid reflux, or just extra saliva in my mouth, just more than normal. Just like a bunch of small inconvenient shit that gets in the way of me. Like, I don't think I want to make this video actually. And it just feels like something or someone out there doesn't want stuff to be made, right? Either it's a god or a devil or whatever you want to call it. Something or someone really doesn't want any sort of truth going out there, no matter how small it is. But that being said, this is about lies. I think I'm gonna sound pretentious. What the hell? What is a lie? Well, let's talk about lies. And it's about, see, you can say a lot of things. Like, this could be an hour-long video. I could get into like how some people use lies, and that's okay, and other countries use lies, and that's not okay because that country's hated, right? And people in those countries don't think that the lies that are being told to them aren't bad, but other people outside of that country, the lies are being told are bad. It's just, you can say it's childish, but in some level, that's what it's all about, right? You don't need a GED or a Harvard degree to see that things are really that easy. That the truth is really that simple to understand, right? Like, what's it about? North and South Korea, right? How from the outside they look like they brainwash their people, right? And I'm sure that because it's easier to criticize someone else than yourself, Americans and the rest of the world like to look at North Korea and say the brainwashing they're doing is bad, or that they're brainwashing at all. And really, if we lived in North Korea, we'd be looking at other countries saying the same thing. So I'm going to try to take a neutral perspective in this and say that to use North Korea as a neutral example, and the one that most people are aware of, will make the video a lot shorter, so let's get into it. They do this brainwashing stuff and say, they're bigger, they're better, they're more advanced, and this is stuff they tell their people. And they put on fake spectacles, and the government leaders come out and put on a big show, and the country shows how big their fleet is, and all sorts of stuff, right? And that's not for the world, it's for their people. And in some level, the spectacle is so big that as an individual person in that country, you better believe they're saying to themselves, like, this is horseshit. This is absolute dog water. And the people in the government, like, yeah, there's no way we're able to do this. For how we're doing economically, there's no way, right? We know this. We know this is just a show. The individual people know this is just a show. But we all go along with it, right? We all go along with it. So I would say that in that way, are they being lied to? Right? No, they're not. They're not being any more brainwashed. Unless someone is tying you down to a chair, like MK Ultra. And I use that term for a reason. We did MK Ultra, right? Everybody else is doing the same thing, but under a different name, right? So, excuse me. And it wasn't after we got the Germans. Lies didn't generate after we got the Nazi scientists over to America to brainwash the American civilians. That's not where lies came from. Even kids know they're being lied to. It's it's one of those things where it's like, even if you don't have a word for it, you can tell, right? It's part of your innate danger sense. that everybody has. Um, what's a way that I can end the video on? Parents, before they get kids, as people, as humans, they know that there are bad people out there that will do terrible things to them and their children, right? Um, and just by bringing that up, people, I'm sure, are getting images flooded into their brain of all sorts of horrible shit. And you're able to push that out of your mind for the most part. But the moment you have kids, doesn't matter if you're married or unmarried or adopt, then you are more keenly aware of that stuff. Um, so it's sort of like, did the Epstein files need to come out? What was the lie in all of this? Was the lie that the Epstein files got buried? Or was the lie that nobody knew? Is us knowing about things that were going on in the files agnostic of the files? Did the files need to exist? And it's sort of like the same thing with North and South Korea. If North and South Korea didn't exist, would lies and brainwashing go away? Would torture go away? I guess the real title of this video is What is a Lie? You know, as much as I hate God's guts, I'm going to try to end it here. Everybody knows there's a creator. But a fucked up clock says something right twice a day. And one thing he would say right is, every man is without excuse. Every man, woman, and child. So, how long am I in the video? Fuck, 7 minutes. Okay, I'm going to actually try to end it here. That children blackmail adults just as much as adults do to each other. They kill each other in fucked up ways. Right? And if you're thinking right now of different scenarios as to why that's happening, there's a reason for it. Because all those other times, those scenarios you're thinking about right now aren't happening. You're thinking of the 1% of times it's happening. Right? If that stuff was normal or was happening more times than you could think of, you wouldn't be thinking of it. Sure, it's still awful, but it wouldn't be brought up. So, anyway, I hope someone got something out of this. Thanks for watching, and what is a lie?